Okay, let's get to work. We're making Impletata. That's just basically a stuffed eggplant. I first came across the word Impletata, in the book Dracula by Bram Stoker. So the guy in the book, I guess he's going to visit Dracula. He's traveling for some kind of business thing or some kind of engagement, and he's going to visit Dracula. Is that the way it's supposed to look? I guess. And then but on the travels, he stops by like an inn somewhere, and they feed him. And not only does he have paprika handle, which is like a paprika chicken dish, he has impletata. And then he goes, oh, it's an eggplant stuffed with force meat, a very excellent dish, which they call impletata. So there's no actual recipe that he mentions in the book. I mean, there's recipes online. People make their own impletata. Nowadays, everything's online. And then, of course, there's stuffed eggplant recipes, and there's traditional impletata recipes. But the actual one in the book, this fictional story, supposedly. Anyways, there's no exact recipe to this. It's just, people do something like this, they use whatever. Force meat, by the way, is a mixture of lean meat. I looked it up. Lean meat and fat and whatever, and they call it force meat because that's the meat that they force into the casings when they make sausage. So it's like sausage meat, basically. So the first thing you want to do in a stuffed eggplant is you want to dig out a place where you could stuff it. Otherwise, what the heck? Capisci? So, I can use it, and it's very soft, so you could just use a spoon. But if you use a knife a little bit, you can help cut out a little bit. Don't worry, this won't go to waste. We'll cook it with the meat. Cook it down. Okay, that one goes right like that. There you go. So yeah, probably a smaller knife would be better. Watch. Get like these. What are these called? Paring knives. And if you choke up on it, that way you won't go too deep and cut through or cut your finger if you're holding something. I learned that from, what was that one? French chef. Oh, anyways. Oh, by the way, pardon my French. Actually, this is not French. What I'm talking about, impletata. I don't really know what that is. Turkish, Transylvanian. What was I thinking? French. Or the French cook. But yeah, if you choke up on it like this, and then you don't have to worry about cutting through and just damaging the eggplant or yourself. So yeah, this is the weirdest part here. Or I don't know. And then you can just dig it out. And that's it. And whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just whatever extra flesh you leave on there, it's just gonna be you're gonna eat it anyways. It's just more your preference, how you like it. Okay, so there I got the 2 eggplants. And really quick, I'm just gonna go and chop all this up so it's in smaller pieces. It'll cook down. That's a lot. I may just use half of this actually, because it will cook down, but I got a lot of meat. Gotta make sure I got room for the meat. And if you make too much of this meat mixture, then you could just eat it plain or whatever, however you want to do it. So it's not a worries if you have extra meat mixture. So that's okay too. All right, so this is probably a step over here. Well, let me see. Let me move this out of the way. What I'm gonna do here, so it's probably not necessary because we're gonna it's all gonna cook in the oven, and then we're gonna put all that meat on top and cheese, and this is probably not necessary, but I like to put a little olive oil on it. Actually, it's not a bad idea. Go ahead and do it. Just rub it all around, coat it all around, each one. There we go. And then just hit it with a little salt. Alright, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven. Got it about, well, I got it at 300, that's okay. And I'm going to cook it a little bit. And while that's cooking, we're going to go over here to the frying pan and get that meat mixture going. Okay. Let me see. So right here. So that's in the oven. And we're going to cook it a little bit. And then I'm going to put a little olive oil here. And then here I got diced onion and some bell pepper and a couple of sticks of butter to go with that olive oil. Let's get that going. Alright, hit that with some salt. Yeah, maybe a little pepper. Alright, let's take this quick time out. I'll be right back in a second. Okay, so this is kind of cooking down a little bit. The onions and the big old stripes there. I'm going to go and put the meat in, add the meat in. And I bought this 1 pound here of ground elk. I never did elk before, so we'll see what this tastes like. So I got a pound of ground elk. So we're trying to get all kind of weird here. You know, who knows what kind of meat they put in that inn on the way to Count Dracula. And also, I got about a little less than half a pound here of this Italian sausage. It's just like ground pork, and they add seasoning. Not that much. I put a little bit of seasoning at the grocery store. So that'll be like the fat. I can say force meat and the fat. That'll be the fat content. Then I'm going to go and hit it with salt. We're going to have to salt that thing good. Even this, even though it's seasoned, it's lightly seasoned. Hit it with some salt, some pepper. Yeah, I got this here, herbs of Provence. Herbs, that's like Italian seasoning, but it's the French style. Let's get a little bit and kind of grind it in there. Let's see what that does. Alright, and we do a little garlic powder. Garlic powder. Even though I do have some fresh garlic, I'm going to put a little garlic powder. I like to get that garlic flavor spread out. Alright, and we'll kind of mix all this up together. Okay, as you can see, this is a lot of meat. I think I made this before. It was really good. I don't know exactly what I used, but I think I just had 1 pound. There was a pound of ground bison and whatever else I had around the house, and it came out so good. And I was like, damn, I'm never gonna make this again because I don't know what I did, and it's just the random ingredients that you happen to have that worked out well that day. That happens quite often, which is not bad if you have quite often come up with a good combo. We'll see how this turns out. Alright, well, we'll let it brown it, take a break. Okay, as you can see, it's starting to brown. I got a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and add some more spices, just kind of random. Let's see what I got. I got a little cumin here. Okay. I'm going to add some onion powder. Even though there's onions there, I like to get that onion flavor all mixed up. So I'm going a little funky here. I'm going to put a little turmeric in here. Some turmeric and the cumin. Sometimes if you're not sure, just put a little light on it and then it won't really ruin it. But with the cumin and the turmeric, it's kind of going a little, I don't know, almost like curry. You know what? I think I am going that. That's cayenne pepper. Here's a little paprika. You know what? I am going, it's kind of getting a little curry there. It's not strong curry, but it's a light curry. Let me see if I have this thing open. You don't want that one. Here it is. I used to buy this curry powder. So curry powder is basically turmeric and a bunch of spices. And it's like turmeric, garlic powder, cumin, whatever. But I used to get this one from Trader Joe's, and it was the dark one, and it was so good. because what it had was a little bit of cinnamon, and then I couldn't find it anymore. But if you have just the regular curry powder and just add a little dash of cinnamon, it gives it such a beautiful flavor. And like I said, curry powder is just cumin and a bunch of other spices. So I mean turmeric. Turmeric's the main thing for curry. So if you could add the curry, then cumin, paprika, chili powder, garlic powder, onion powder. That's basic curry, but with that's some chili powder. With the, I forgot what I was gonna say, but yeah, I love it with that cinnamon. Just a little hint of cinnamon. It just gives it this really good flavor. So I'm kind of getting, I'm not exactly sure where I'm at, but it definitely ain't Chinese and it ain't Mexican. My geography ain't so good. But it's kind of a curry-ish. Let's see where I'm going with this. Alright, there's some parts here that are red. I can see some red spots there. It's almost cooked all the way. Okay, I got some more stuff. Oh, I was gonna add to it. Let's see. Okay. I had like 2 tiny, skinny little carrots left in the bag, and I shredded them. And I had some cherry tomatoes. I just did that too. I had some cilantro. It's the only fresh herb I had, but I'm like, that's gonna get cooked anyways. But I'll throw it in there. And then I got some 3 or 4 garlic cloves diced up here. So all of that, I'm gonna add it to the mixture. Okay. Then, you know what? I got one of these little pizza packets of red flakes. Let's get some of those in there. And then, of course, I forgot about the eggplant. The inside eggplant. And also, I had this bag of this dried figs. I got like 3 or 4 of them. It was 4 of them. They're tiny little things, but it's going to give like a sweet note. And it's going to go well with that curry. Let's get it on there. Like I said, this is going to be a little extra. That's okay. I'll just save it and figure out a way how to eat it. I mean, you can just eat it by itself. It's going to be good. Have it for breakfast. I'll just have it, fry some eggs and something like that. Alright. So now I'll get this on high. Alright. Let me go get some of my jalapeno juice, just to give it some fluid in here to help steam all those extra vegetable that is added. And a couple jalapenos while we're at it too. Might as well empty the jar. Okay. So this is how I like to roll, just kind of on the fly. Alright. Oh, it's looking good though. Okay, so the meat's cooked already. We're just trying to soften and steam that eggplant in there. So when we pack it into the thing nice and tight, we want it to already be kind of shrunken a little bit, so we can really pack it good. All right, this is looking good. Oh crap. Alright, this time I should probably take a peek on the eggplants. How are you guys doing? Oh, they're okay. I had it at 300. So that's good. Maybe I can crank it up to 350. I'm kind of just suntanning. Hardly suntanning in the shade. Oh, this looks really good. Oh, those tomatoes, we gotta cook those tomatoes down too. I'm just gonna... Alright, so this might be like another 7 to 10 minutes, and 5 to 10 minutes to cook this down. Let's take a break. Alright, it's looking really good. I'll take a taste test. I think it needs a little bit more salt. No, it's good. Okay, so let's turn that off. Leave the oven on. Alright, let me see. Alright. What I'm going to do here, where's my spoon? Okay. So I got some shredded cheddar and Monterey. That's what I got. Now I'm just going to add a little bit to the meat. And let me see. Give it a little mix. This will help it stick together, I think. I don't know. A little extra cheesy flavor. Since I shredded it, I might as well use it. Give it a nice little... Alright. So now we got this. Let's get a couple stirs from the outside. From this outside. Oops. Alright, that looks pretty mixed pretty well. Decently enough. So now let's go ahead and stuff these suckers. Let's see. It looks like maybe, what, 3 spoons? And you could, let's build a little bit. Oops, this one's kind of leaning. Alright, so let's see, this one's leaning. So I kind of move it over and lean it against the sticks up. So you can kind of mound it up a little bit too. Put a little extra. Like right here, and just kind of make a little heaping spoon of eggplant mixture. Oh, this piece fell in there. Get out of here. Alright, you don't have to overdo it. That's good. You get the point. It's kind of nice and pack it in good. Okay. Now where's that cheese? So then let's sprinkle some more of the cheese on top here. Okay. Really get it there. Alright. Little spillage. That's alright. And then I got this here. This is a mixture half and half of breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbs and grated Parmesan. Actually, it's a Parmesan Romano mix. But just half and half. It's Italian breadcrumbs. And just sprinkle it over. So it's going to give it a little crust. So everything's already cooked pretty much. The eggplant maybe need just a little bit more. The shell. But I'm pretty sure it's cooked already. So basically we're just going to go in there to melt the cheese and crust up this breadcrumb topping to get it nice and crispy and crunchy and melted. And possibly finish off the eggplant, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, you can do it probably 10 minutes or 30 minutes. It'll be okay because it's all packed together. I don't think it's gonna burn or dry out. Yeah, and I just kind of put it all there. I can just throw it in here too. Doesn't matter. All right, where's my towel? All right, I'm gonna put it in for 10. No, I'm gonna go for the full. I'm gonna go for a 15. 15 at 350, and it should be good to go. All right, guys, take it easy.